Hey, what is up guys? It is Slikk here. I'm back again with another video, and in this one, talking about the Suicide Squad alternate ending, in fact, the intended ending of the film, such that this comes from the concept art. So, this initial concept art was revealed for the film. Of course, concept art comes before actually shooting the film. It comes in the process of writing the script. Generally, when creating concept art, the film, however, the script, is already created. So, thus, we can get a glimpse here as to what David Ayer intended to end the film at. Now, was there maybe budgeting issues or just a change in tone and shift from WB's perspective? I think maybe a combination of the both, because you get into some crazy stuff here that I think is really cool involving Boom Tube, and you have Darkseid's parademons coming to Earth to extrapolate sort of the vision of the Enchantress and her brother dude, who I can't recall the name of. I'm sorry, I think he might be a new character, and if he's not, I've never seen him or heard of him before. So anyway, let's start with the ending sequences first, and we have some concept art from the beginning and middle of the film, also involving the Joker and Harley Quinn that I'm really excited to talk about. So let's talk about the ending. Of course, in the final sequence of the film, in the film that made theaters, you have the entire Suicide Squad fighting against Enchantress and her brother dude. In this, you have a way different film, because Steppenwolf and parademons actually come to Earth. Not just the parademons that we saw in BVS, but these dudes are wielding guns. In fact, I believe in the subtext of the concept art, you know, like the little descriptions of it, they call like seal parademons or something like that. So they have guns, and they are badass. They are like sort of futuristic alien looking. Of course they're aliens, but you get my point here, and you can see them here. So Steppenwolf actually comes down to Earth. In the concept art, he is fucking massive, even bigger than the brother dude, and you know, Enchantress in her biggest form. And you can see the parademon army dragging somebody around. I'm not exactly sure who that is, to be honest with you. Probably somebody that was omitted from the film in its entirety. You also see hostages that are being held by the parademon people inside of the train station. So as opposed to turning them all into sort of drone, sort of zombie-like people that all, you know, try to kill the Suicide Squad in the middle of the film, they're just held hostage instead. And parademons are way cooler than those little drone guys. Anyway, let's go ahead and be honest with ourselves here. So Enchantress opens the boom tube and she calls in the artillery, and you can see that a boom tube like thing was created, almost as if they kept the same sort of idea but without, you know, Steppenwolf showing up in that sort of thing. I can see why this was omitted, simply on the fact that many people wouldn't know who Steppenwolf is when he showed up. Even though parademons were in BVS, not everybody saw BVS, and not everybody understood that those were parademons. It's kind of confusing if you're not into comic books and that sort of thing. So Steppenwolf comes down to Earth, and that's all we get about the concept art. We don't see how the Suicide Squad actually defeats them. I will say, in terms of what we saw in the film versus this definitely opens the universe up a lot more, but if there isn't that scene where Deadshot takes the one shot to close the basic boom tube sort of thing that we got in the film, but the literal boom tube, the real deal in the concept art, then I'm not down for it. And if that's not how they resolve it, I don't know how the Suicide Squad can combat the image that we see here. Steppenwolf in like 40-foot form is down on Earth. Parademons with freaking guns that look like they can't even be killed, to be honest with you, have all these hostages. Is the Suicide Squad gonna save hostages? That's not really their thing, to be honest with you. They don't really save people. Deadshot said that himself. I was about to say Will Smith. Yeah, anyway. So Deadshot says that himself in the film. So I will say it was probably best for the film's sake to do what they did in the movie. With that being said, as the comic book fan that I, and likely you are watching this video, we, you know, we want the boom tubes, we want Apocalypse, we want Steppenwolf showing up, and maybe, no, we don't want Darkseid. Not yet, that's Justice League. At the end of Justice League, Darkseid will appear, and that will be the teaser at the end of that film to bring you back for Justice League Part 2. So that's sort of what they're doing with Darkseid. Steppenwolf would be a great bridge, and it would definitely be an expansion of the DCEU, but it didn't happen, and I'm okay with it. Again, I think that the film turned out very well, and the final act worked incredibly well for what Deadshot scene. There's no words spoken, but it's very, very character-driven what happens in that scene, and I loved every bit of that. So let's go and transfer into some of the other footage, or rather pictures, that we see here from the concept art. We can see a Steppenwolf armed guard here. Pretty cool. Again, they're like Navy SEALs from Apocalypse. Really damn cool. We also see the Joker and Harley Quinn. You can see the Joker. This is actually an Ace Chemicals. He's holding Harley Quinn, and you see a close-up shot really, really cool, and actually a little bit of symmetry to the end of Batman Arkham City, I would personally argue, where Batman is carrying out the Joker. Here, the Joker is carrying out Harley Quinn, presumably after her skin has been bleached, and he is carrying her out of, the acid vat, which I think would make a lot of sense. For that concept art, I'm assuming that's what it is. Here we see a great shot of what is likely Gotham, maybe Central City. I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to go ahead and go with Gotham just because it's snowy. It kind of looks like Gotham to me. Here we have a scene that is actually going to be in the extended cut of the film, where the Joker's riding up on his motorcycle to Harley Quinn, or I believe they might have switched it to a car, but anyway, you can see that's the Joker, and he rides up to Harley Quinn and stops right in front of her, and this is on the same scene on this little bridge thing, and the Joker is aiming his gun at somebody, I do believe, not exactly sure who. I'm not sure what's going on in that scene, but you can see he does end up actually shooting the guy, so sucks for him. And that's Harley Quinn there standing by the motorcycle. So I believe they did replace the motorcycle with the Lamborghini in the concept art, but this may play out pretty similarly to what we got in the film. Next, you can see a massive change that came in the concept art as opposed to the film itself. That being that Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, there was no actual helicopter. That basically means the Joker didn't actually save her. This drone did, and you can see attached to the drone is a Joker card. So it has the same effect, and she does jump to it and holds on to it and that sort of thing. And then maybe the same moment where Amanda Waller is encouraging Rick Flag and then Deadshot to shoot her, and he ultimately decides not to. That might all be the same. The only thing that they did change is actually adding a Joker scene. Yes, a lot of people have given the film flack that they took a lot out, but it seems here that there was never an intent for the Joker to actually meet with Harley Quinn at this point in the film, just for her to escape and then maybe meet up later. So that's really cool, and I think a welcomed change. And then also, that in that case, they're adding the ambiguity of did the Joker die, did he not, which came along later in that the helicopter was ultimately shot down, and Harley Quinn witnesses the Joker die, which I think invokes one of the most powerful moments of the film, where Harley Quinn is heartbroken on the rooftop, and then on the car later, you see an amazing music plays by Stephen Price, and I think is one of the most powerful moments of the film. So I'm glad they made that change from the concept art into the original film. Here I have no clue what's going on. Once again, we have parademons shooting people. We've got people on fire, so maybe there are still the little zombie drone things that were in the original film, and maybe they are helping the parademon armed guard people. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, so let's go ahead and just move on to the next clip, that being more parademon soldier dudes, and they kind of look like Advanced Warfare. If you ever play Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, kind of got like exosuits on or something like that, but that is pretty damn cool if you ask me. You can just see oh, their face is so creepy if you zoom in on it. That's pretty cool. And then you also see they've got rocket launchers, all sorts of stuff. So that is my summary of the alternate ending for Suicide Squad, which involves Steppenwolf and Apocalypse coming to Earth, and a great teaser for Justice League. It really bridges the gap there. I happen to be very happy with the way the film ended, and I think they did choose the best ending for the film that, keeps with the character-driven, sort of focused film. I mean, yes, in essence, it's about the Suicide Squad saving mankind, but really, at the core of it, it's a very, very character-driven sort of microcosm of a film, and I think they kept with that. And I think they did a very good job with it in its entirety. And David Ayer probably made the right call, excluding Steppenwolf and all that sort of thing without any exposition. We need a little bit more build-up, and BVS truthfully isn't that. Just having the parademons appear randomly and having the Steppenwolf deleted scene, it's not enough. You've got to explain to us who these people are, where they come from, why they want what they want. And maybe they would have done that in the film, I don't know, we will never know now, but it's something cool to talk about for sure. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Let me know which ending of Suicide Squad you prefer in the comment section below. We'll see you in the next video.